I see every year many people from industry coming into the college and embarking upon a career in teaching. It's been a privilege to work with so many staff who've come in that way. I've seen them progress. I've seen them progress right the way up to principal in terms of their careers. It's a massive opportunity, I think, for young people and adults and even retired people to consider giving something back as well as a career opportunity within our college.
We're holding a jobs fair or an open evening with the themes either industry into education or trades into teaching. Now, this jobs fair is specifically to attract people currently working in industry who may have never considered a career in teaching or who might be unclear on the pathways that are actually available to them in many guises regards training and qualifications.
I'm delighted to say we've got a range of different courses and training programmes on offer at Weston College to support people that are thinking about moving into teaching or assessing.
It could be somebody who's seeking a permanent career change and essentially they could commit to full-time teacher training or assessor qualifications immediately. It could be somebody who's thinking about a career change in the next 6 to 12 months, and perhaps then they could commit to some part-time teacher training or assessor qualifications. We can tailor that and do something bespoke for them.
You may want to come and join us and sort of learn while you earn. So we do a part-time programme where you can be working as a teacher alongside developing your knowledge through one of our training programmes.
They could be planning to retire from industry or possibly from engineering, maybe in the next 6 to 24 months, and could make themselves available for training again, perhaps on a part-time basis. Or we might also have some people who have no intention of leaving their current careers in industry, but they might like to go into guest lecturing, and we would be very happy to have them, and we would obviously train them accordingly. And also large corporate organisations with a strong corporate and social responsibility policy who might enjoy the opportunity to possibly release staff to come and teach with us again as guest lecturers. Those sorts of areas are what we're particularly looking at the moment.
It may be that you want to do it in a block, perhaps you're thinking about moving into education, you want to come and try out a qualification to make sure that it is something that you want to do. So we do some week-long intensive programmes which allow you to perhaps come and learn some of the theory and have a go at some kind of mini teaching sessions to see if it's something that you would be good at or that you'd enjoy.
We would obviously welcome applications from experienced teachers as well. We'd be very happy to hear from them, but we really are focusing this year on industry into education as a real theme with regards to our recruitment efforts.
So before I was in education, I was in construction. I spent 12 years working, running my own business and self-employed.
I was working in a carpentry and joinery workshop, so doing things like making doors, making stairs.
So before I came into teaching, I specialised in bathrooms, central heating systems and oil boilers as a domestic self-employed plumber.
I have worked in banking, I have worked in hotels, I've worked in import-export industry, and I've worked in the computer industry.
I was teaching plumbing because plumbing is my trade background. I've come from, I guess, what I would call the commercial sector. So I've worked in music, I've worked in retailing, manufacturing, IT, technology. So I come from quite a varied commercial finance background. I'm a civil engineer and I was working for various construction projects in London for a variety of contractors.
I was looking to look for a new avenue. I still wanted to do something within the construction industry, but the teaching was an opportunity, but I wasn't sure how I could take advantage of that.
We deliver the training to make them an outstanding teacher. We're an outstanding college. And then whatever their specialism, they can develop a real career route here at the college.
So what attracted me to teach at Weston College was the opportunity to teach my trade in what are fantastic facilities with excellent resources and equipment.
I'd been here at Weston College as a student, so I kind of thought to myself, if I could come here, give something back for kind of the people who gave to me in terms of carpentry and joinery, then I could also maybe have an impact for some of the learners who are coming in as well.
Practically speaking, I have spent an awful lot of time in industry, and I felt I've got quite a bit I could bring into this world, specifically if you look around the apprenticeship levy.
Lots of our learners that come to Weston College are looking to develop their skills in building and construction and engineering and would really benefit from the skills that people from industry can bring.
So what you're getting is true delivery for those learners, be they employees or people new into employment. So they're getting a true experience of what's happening out there in industry.
We've also got a range of amazing kind of real work environments that you would have training in, so don't just need to think about teaching from in front of a blackboard kind of perspective. There's lots of training that happens in our workshops, in our construction workshops and motor vehicle workshops, so we will work with you through those training programs on how to create learning sessions in those very practical workshops so that we can give the students the very best experience that we can.
The transition from industry to education was surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to be.
They didn't actually expect me to teach in the first day of my employment, but they gave me a time period where I could improve my skills and that I got an opportunity to shadow other lecturers.
There's induction programs and a variety of methods used to ensure that staff are supported as much as possible.
I always thought one would need a teaching experience or a teaching qualification to get into and able to teach the further education sector.
And that's not the case at all. As long as you've got the trade qualifications or the industry experience, and you've got that bit of self-drive, the right personality, then the college will work with you to take you through the appropriate training.
You also have a dedicated trainer who will come and observe you in your sessions and give you developmental feedback on an ongoing basis. So throughout the whole of your training programme you're getting really regular feedback on your performance and some kind of coaching and support on how to improve. So it's a very kind of supportive programme that we offer.
Although I was working 8 years in the industry, I was not always sure about how I'm going to transfer my skills into academic setting. The Weston College staffs and colleagues were excellent in helping out through this and delivering my lessons in an efficient way.
The college and the staff I ended up working with were really supportive, and they worked with me and helped me through what I call that transition period. They could see something raw in me, but they put mentors in with me, they gave me a personalised training programme, and slowly I developed and quickly became established as a teacher. I think the other thing is that some people think it can be beyond them. It's not at all. I did an apprenticeship as a bricklayer and now find myself as a head of faculty of an amazing department, and just took me with a little bit of courage to start with, and it's just a different direction.
We also have a range of assessor programs, so you may not necessarily want to move into teaching, but perhaps take some of the skills you've learnt from industry and support young people and older people actually to develop those skills by going out into the workplace and training and assessing.
So you're seeing learners in the workplace and you're helping develop them with the job roles that they've got. Part of my role as well is helping learners go to competition, so I can see them travel from quite a journey from the beginning and all the way through to them being elite and specialise in what they're doing. The reward of that is absolutely fantastic.
We've got a range of assessor qualifications that you could come to the college and again you could be doing the job whilst doing that kind of education programme as well.
I've currently just completed my QA, which is a quality qualification as well, so it never stops, it sort of keeps going and you keep learning, and it just means that you're staying on top of industry as well as you work through those. Yeah.
The best part is there is a good team that we have in terms of teaching, so there's a lot of people here who will help and give you a helping hand.
The college has taken time to understand me, supported me and have allowed me to influence what's going on. So the best thing really has been just being part of something that's quite unique, and I feel really proud to be working for Weston College.
I felt very much welcomed being a staff in Weston College. The fact that you are able to contact anyone in the hierarchy of the organisation gives me the power to do the right thing for my learners and also for the college.
We're keen to talk to people from all backgrounds if they're particularly interested in coming into FE or into teaching disciplines.
So if you're looking at moving out of industry, be that coming to the end of your career or just looking for an individual change, the amount of experience you bring as an individual to help that next generation come through, I think is fantastic.
I think teaching is a vocation, so if you really feel that you want to become a teacher, then I'd say do it. It's never too late. I'm a firm believer in lifelong learning.
If someone's thinking about making the move from industry into education, I can wholeheartedly support it. It worked really well for me. But I would suggest you go into a college, come into Weston College and come and talk to some of the staff that have made that change.
Come to our jobs fairs, get involved. It's a massive opportunity, but if you want a future and you want to achieve great goals, the Weston College Group is the answer. Thank you.